What's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin'? This is Nicky and welcome to Content Corner Livey. You feel me? Do me a favor. Let's get this going. Do me a favor if you're watching this right now, okay? All I ask is that you hit like. You hit like. We're good. We're Gucci. If they have the hype video, you like the hype feature, hit the hype feature too. It's free. Okay, let the YouTube algorithm know we are live. Today, we are going to be talking about the threats that AI really poses for the content creators, for the creator economy. We are very pro AI, but let's not play like there isn't some threats out there, and how could we better prepare for that, as well as Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon. What can we learn from that? What's happening? An estimate of how much he's making already. It's crazy. But as beginner, middle, or even advanced creators, what can we learn from that? And then, of course, react to some situations, answer some questions. It's going to be a vibe today, okay? Why? Because I said so. You feel me? But I see people in the chat, 1 to 10. How are we feeling? Retro Nerd Girl, what's poppin'? I see you. Well then, what up? I see you. Come on. All my channel members, I see you. Shout out to New Waves. Sha, what up? I see you. Mia, what up? I see you. Nueva York in the house. You feel me? You see what it is. Let me start off also. I was supposed to be traveling. If y'all know, if you're watching this right now, I was supposed to be traveling. My flight got canceled, and I'm not even mad about that. Why? Because I believe everything happens for a reason. So I'm safe, and we gonna get this live going. Today is going to be iPad vibes, whiteboard. We gonna talk about everything that needs to be talked about. Okay. So let's go. Feeling like an 8.5. We got a solid 8, 7.5. And where's everybody watching from? Okay. Got 10s, 8.5, getting healthier. Come on, Todd. I like that. Off top, I'm feeling good. You're gonna see me drink my little energy drink, okay? No plug to them. But I've been up. My flight was at 6 a.m. So we here, okay? We're here. But let's get to this conversation of how AI is posing a threat to the creator economy, okay? 9 in the house. Everybody say what's up to my mom. I was like, 9 in the house? What are you talking about? It's my mom. Everybody shout out to my mom, all right? Let me get everything ready. Let's get this going. Hold on. All right. Let's get this going. Hold on. Are we good? There we go. Content Corner Livey. So, you know when this is here, you know we mean business, okay? But before I get here, let's have an honest conversation. Let me know, and I'll put in the chat, and for those people who are watching the replay, please let me know. Does AI pose a threat to you? Right? So is AI a threat to you? Right? Honest answer. Okay? Honest answer. Got Nicky on the iPad and NFL on the TV. Come on. I see you. I see you. So even though we've always talked about the good of AI, right? We've always talked about what it can do, how it can help us, right? There is some concern if we are not well equipped. Let's put it that way. Well equipped, right? So let's get the iPad back up. Let me go. Let's see if this is working. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure all the tech is good. Oh, nope. See? Here we go. Wait. What just happened? Hold on. Are we good? The pencil is 0%. How? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We're going to let that charge for a second. And we're going to do this. We are going to do... Ooh, I have a better idea. Hold on. I make everything happen. Tech issues is nothing to me. Tech issues is nothing to me. For right now, at least. All right, hold up. Give me a second. Because, of course, I got to change some things up. What's this one? Bear with me. Freeform. Let's get rid of you. And I got my... Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Boom. We back. And... Sticky. Here we go. All right. Boom. AI. We're just going to... All right. We're going to sticky note this whole situation out. Okay? Now, the one major concern, I don't know for sure just yet. That's an honest answer. So, what we could all agree upon, is that we are seeing a lot more content than any other year, right? Since the announcement of ChatGPT from a regular user, once it started getting popular, all of a sudden, we started seeing more and more content left and right, whether it was written content, whether it was video content, whether it was images, we are starting to see more and more. Tell me if I'm lying. Now, is all of it good? No. Okay? Not all of it is good. But what it does pose is a problem. Okay? Oversaturation? That's how you spell it? Yep. That's how you spell it. Oversaturation. We already had the issue of, is my niche already oversaturated? Can I stand out? Now we have to deal with AI flooding the streets with generic or semi-decent content. So what already was an issue of, is YouTube oversaturated? Is Instagram oversaturated? Is TikTok oversaturated? All of these different things. How do I battle with now us having AI and content left and right. Things that I may have thought of is now a post. Now, is it exactly what I would create? No. But it was done faster. Because what AI does, it speeds up everything. We saw last week with Nano Banana how quickly it is to edit a photo. From me being like this to a chicken costume to in the jungle with a different hat. Things are happening fast. And so in the chat, everything doesn't need to be content. Now you're onto something there. You're onto something there. I'm not going to lie about that one. But in the chat, what is your thoughts? And this will require a little bit of typing. So I apologize because normally y'all know I'm like a yes, no, maybe so person. But what is some of your ideas of how to stand out in a very oversaturated market right now when it comes to content? Because we do have tools like ChatGPT. We do have tools like Gemini, like Poppy, like Perplexity, Opus Clip, Leonardo, Midjourney, all of these different AI softwares, apps that will create content for us. What is going to be the way that is going to allow us to stand out? I think people are trying, but not trying to perfect use it using props and AI, not to trying to perfect using props and AI. I'm reading that all the way wrong, but you see it. You see it. So here, you may certainly use the tools, but it has to have you in there. That's a fact. That is all the way a fact. Standing out by consuming less content, mastering GPTs and age. Oh, do you follow me? Hello. Hello. Do you follow me? Relatable and creative content. Okay. So let's start there. You said one word that is something that I wanted to go through, right? Can we change this color? Let's change the color to blue. All right. Let's do that. Let's do relatable. Okay? In a world of AI, we are seeking relatable content. Okay? And shout out to Atlanta Culture Media Hub. Hold on. I see you. I appreciate you with the super chats. Thank you. So, and keep putting in the chat, what do you think is going to help with this oversaturation of AI content? Now, when we're talking about relatable content, oh, even my mom answered, everything is content, otherwise what would it be? Come on, Mom. My mom is actually talking in this chat. This is crazy. This is wild. All right. So one thing that TikTok really showed out on in the past couple of years is us being more intentional with grabbing our phones. Us, as we've talked about before, treating it like FaceTime. Like we're just having a conversation. Us telling more stories that we probably would be a little bit hesitant before. But while everybody else is giving crazy generic content, because all we have to do now is say, hey, give me a video idea about starting a brand, about working a 9 to 5, but still having a side hustle, how to start a podcast. It's going to give you very generic situations. But when we start telling our stories, it becomes relatable. It becomes, oh my God, I can see myself in there, right? So when we're thinking about how do we create this relatable content, we got to think about a few things, right? We got to think about a few things. And let's make this orange to be relatable. So in the chat, what makes content relatable? Let's start adding that in the chat. What makes content relatable? Do you have an ND filter on your... No, I don't. Am I supposed to? Should I have one? Should I? Authenticity in your niche. Absolutely. To me, oversaturation means the market is huge. I personally think there's no such thing as oversaturation. Come on, talk heavy. Talk heavy. I see what you did there. So, relatable. Something that's relatable. And being tangible with this, right? Behind the scenes. Did I spell that right? I didn't, because I can't spell. There we go. Behind the scenes. And I'm not talking about, hey, this is my office. Hey, I'm going outside. Hey, I'm eating. Hey, this, that, and the third. I'm not stating that, right? I'm stating literally you at your desk working. There's a text that's above it about your thoughts, about your emotions, about your frustrations, about whatever is on your mind. Another behind the scenes, if you are receiving your product for the first time, samples, whatever it may be, you showing, look, this is what I got, right? Not in a super commercial way, right? Or, hey, I got this hat, right? And it didn't exactly turn out the way, this is a lie. This hat came out perfect. But it didn't come out the way that I really wanted to. I wanted the LB to be a little bit smaller, the lion a little bit smaller. They were supposed to have something else. Boom, boom, boom. So you're showing frustration. You're showing happiness. You're like real life content when it comes to behind the scenes. Not this stage B-roll BS that we be seeing sometimes that creates a pressure of I have to always look perfect. That's not relatable. Those people who are always outside with the perfect shots, that's not necessarily relatable. Now that's goals. Man, I wish my content looked like that for sure, right? But if I'm at the desk 24/7, I'm going to show that I'm at the desk 24/7. Why? Because somebody else is at the desk as well, grinding, figuring it out. Whether it is, yo, how do I get out of this 9 to 5? Yo, I'm good at so many things. Yo, I am burnt out. What am I supposed to do? AI doesn't necessarily create that. Create human real life experiences. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Yeah, that's boring. Here's me being at the desk. I'm not gonna lie. And this is for anybody. What we deem as boring, and me and there's no shot. I don't think you This is just for anything, because some people's going to be like, some of the stuff that I do is boring. You know, boring is relatable, right? You know, there's somebody else that is doing something boring that's like, yo, I'm not the only one. Oh my God, I thought everybody was outside. I thought everybody was doing this. I thought especially with the way our timeline is, the timeline be showing us like everything is popping. When we have to remember that we are only seeing 1%, less than 1% of what the world is doing. Right? Everybody ain't outside. Not everybody ain't outside. And then even those people who are outside are not out there with a tripod 24/7. We have to understand what we're seeing is the 1% of 1% of the 1%ers. You know what I mean? Like this, the perfect content. And I could probably scroll through right now on my phone and see some of the great transitions, some of the great event B-rolls, all of that. It's mainly staged. What's relatable is that I have to come up with different ways of monetizing, and I ain't gonna lie, I worry if I start to really get into the monetizing game, people will be turned off. That doubt right there, for some people be like, me too. Or I've been working on something like for 3 weeks and I still feel like it's not done. Somebody's going to be like, me too. So what do? How do we create the behind the scenes content? Well, let's talk to chat real quick. And remember, she doesn't have the same voice like she used to. So we have to, if you've been rocking with me for a minute, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Let me see if I could bring chat up. See if I can chat up. Hello, chat. Here we go. Chat, what's up?
Hey, Nicky. Not much. Just here and ready to chat with you. Let me know what's on your mind or what we're diving into today.
So, I want to be able to create relatable content based on my day, right? So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my day. I want you to pick out probably 3 or 4 parts that I could expand on, make sure I record for next time to create relatable content. We good with that?
Absolutely. I'm totally with you on that. So just tell me a little rundown of what your day looked like, and we can definitely pick out some key moments that you can turn into really relatable everyday content. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So I was supposed to go to St. Martin today, right? Got on the plane 6 a.m. tired because you know I'm a night owl, right? And so I had a layover in Atlanta. My first flight on time. Second flight, it had gotten delayed by like 2 hours. So I was chilling at the lounge, right? Because I just rather chill there. They got free food. But then I got this text that ruined my whole day, which was that my flight got canceled. And so what I didn't want to do was get caught up in Atlanta. And so I hit up Delta. They got me the first flight back to Virginia, try to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this trip. And then when I got home, my energy was drained, yet I still had to create content. I had to prepare for this live, but my energy was not there. Literally had to get an energy drink to even come up with an outline for Content Corner Live. And now we're live. My energy is like there, but
Got it.
Oh, you got it. If you got it, you go. Go ahead.
Absolutely, I got you. So let's pick out a few moments from that day that could total as turns into relatable content. First, there's that whole early morning flight struggle. I mean, talking about being a night owl and then having to drag yourself to the airport at 6 a.m., that's a whole vibe a lot of people can relate to. That could be a funny little snippet about just that airport life and being tired. Second, the whole layover lounge situation, like the chill before the storm. You could do a little behind the scenes about enjoying the lounge, thinking everything's cool, and then boom, you get the cancellation notice. That's a great relatable plot twist. Third, the energy crash and how you had to literally revive yourself with an energy drink just to get in the zone for Content Corner Live. That's super real. Everyone's had those days where they have to push through and find that second win. So those are 3 moments right there that are super relatable. You can record or talk about them in your next content piece, and I think people will definitely vibe with it.
Okay, cool. Now, you knowing my brand, how else can I turn that into content that people could be like, yo, that's me too? And not necessarily in verbatim of like, I was in the lounge, I was at the airport and all of that. Like, what type of metaphors can we turn this into that it can be, everybody can see themselves in?
Absolutely. Let's spin it a bit and make it universal. So, for example, that whole airport cancellation moment, you can totally turn that into a metaphor about how sometimes life just throws unexpected delays at you. It's like you're cruising along, you think you're on schedule, and then life hits you with a big flight cancel sign. Everyone's been there in some form, right? Then that energy crash can be a metaphor for just hitting a wall in your day. Like, no matter how well you plan, sometimes you just run out of steam and you have to figure out how to recharge. Everyone has had that moment of needing that pick-me-up just to keep going. And the idea of having to pivot your plans and adapt quickly, that's a great metaphor for how creators, or really anyone, has to stay flexible. Sometimes the original plan just isn't going to happen and you have to roll with it and make it work anyway. So famming it like that is not just about the airport, it's about those everyday curveballs and how you handle them. And that's something everyone can see themselves in.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm always here to help spin those everyday moments into something.
Can you write all of that in bullet points? Boom. So what's great about the voice feature is that everything is transcribed. So if I didn't write any notes, which you didn't see me write out any notes, everything is put into here. And then after I'm done, because I personally don't like reading it in different blocks and paragraphs, after I'm done, I always say, yo, can you put that into a bullet point situation? And you can see now I can see the content ideas and even how I turn my every day into a more universal masses conversation is by turning it into metaphors. So you see, like, it will do flight cancellation equals life delays. Sometimes everything seems to be on track until life hits you with a big cancel sign, right? Energy crash, hitting the wall, pivoting, adaptability. So type in me if you're going to try this when it comes to behind the scenes content, because this is all here how I've turned my day, which is behind the scenes because no one sees it, right? Now I know how to turn it into different pieces of content. Matthew, oh, I like that bullet point option. Oh, absolutely. Because even though what I do love when it comes to ChatGPT is that I can listen to it back if I wanted to, but it's easier to read it sometimes with bullet points. I know exactly what to do, right? Yes, that bullet point summary is a great tip. Thank you for that. Got you. No problem, right? Okay, so that's a quick convo with chat, and we'll probably do that back and forth because I want to show you, okay, cool, here's the solution, but how do we have kind of this conversation, right? So going back, let me do this. Oops, go here. Okay. So we have relatable, we have behind the scenes, and behind the scenes could literally just let me have a conversation with ChatGPT, how my day can then turn into conversation, content, right? Another thing, literally, let's go here, turn this into orange. Tell a story, right? Tell a story. This is where that conversation of treat social media like FaceTime, where I could have just grabbed my phone, grabbed my Osmo right here, grabbed it and been like, you may not have gotten this live today. I'm not going to lie. This live looked very, very thin because I had 1 hour of sleep. I had to get my regular work stuff done, even though I was supposed to be traveling. So I had a conversation with my mom, had fiance, had all these different life issues. Now I have to think about a 2-3 hour live. This was going to be kind of thin. So, and then I could just keep going, boom, boom, boom. And people are like, wait, what happened? Why'd your flight get canceled? Are you going anyways? What, like, did you create? Are you going live? The conversations that you have with your story time should create questions, curiosity. Yo, so what did happen? Right? It shouldn't be like, when I was 5, I was in Puerto Rico and I was bored and wah, 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 wah. It should be 9 years old. I got a scar on my lip, on my knee. I went to the emergency room and my mom wasn't nowhere around. Wait, what? Hold on. What just happened? My aunt won the lotto and I was in Puerto Rico for the summer getting fat. And like, you're just telling the people, oh, and this is a true story, by the way. My mom will probably laugh. This is a true story. Whoa, wait, hold on. Jay Wise. Come on with this super chat, Jay Wise. What did I do today? Hold on. What did I do today? So, y'all not gonna make fun of my PR story. I did get fat. At 9 years old, don't go, for all my Hispanics out there or Caribbeans, but you are US based, don't go there for the summer. Don't send your kids over there for the summer. All they do is eat. All we do is eat. You know what I mean? That bread. All right. Anyways, back to the topic. The cool thing about story time is that people want to know you, right? Even though we may be branding ourselves, some of us, to be more expertise level, more knowledge-based level, more motivational level, more super entertainment level, right? Abuela gonna feed you. Oh, that's a fact though. So the great thing about social media is that there is a group of people who truly just want to talk to you, who truly want to know more about you, about your likes, about your hobbies, and everything like that. Now, you can do story time where it goes all the way back to your expertise, the knowledge, the experiences, what people know you for. Absolutely. You could do that too. But don't feel so stuck to where that's all you have to do. Because with AI doesn't come experience, right? Doesn't come real life touch grass kind of vibes. So though we could tell AI, hey, create this for me, do this for me, all of that, we still have an advantage of, no, this is really me. And let me just take you through my journey. Did I tell you about this? And even though some people will be like, no one cares, right? And for the most part, the masses don't care. But you have been growing an audience, especially if you're watching this. You've been growing an audience, and there is a percentage of people who do care. And the way they continue to follow you, to have brand loyalty, to then eventually take their credit cards out and go, hello, here you go, is by getting to know you better. So when we're looking at creating relatable content, the behind the scenes content is going to make you stand out. The telling the story is going to make you stand out. So relatable, authentic. Listen, this is going to be a huge era of where you're probably going to get sick of hearing about authenticity. However, comma, look at me. Actually, let's go here. Some of you are still not being authentic. Some of you are still performer based. When the lights are on, when the camera is on, when you're posting, it's a performance base. It's a highlight reel. This is why the screaming of authenticity is coming through so much, because we have AI and performers. Can we get real people somewhere in these digital streets? Somewhere. Yes, we love that you got sales. Yes, we love your milestones. Yes, we love the aesthetics of you. We love the goals and all of that. But can we know anything else? Or are you always going to perform for us? Are you always going to have this facade? So, yes, AI is amazing. But if we don't come back from only talking to ChatGPT, to Gemini, to Claude, and telling it to create everything for us. Now, let me stop myself, because there's a difference between generic prompting and authentic prompting. Okay? There's a difference. Let's break this down. Hold on. Let's get back into here. Let's get back into here. Right? I gotta get another sticky, right? So generic, right? Boom. Beep. Can we get the I'm not even gonna stress it. Let's do green. Let's put it right here. Generic, right? Boom. Authentic. Boop, boop. Make this green too. Now the green represents prompting. Bear with me. I'm not going to put generic prompting and authentic prompting. Generic prompting. Give me 5 ideas to stand out in content, right? Give me a video script that is going to help people create content in a more authentic way. That's generic prompting, right? Come on, super sticker. I appreciate you. So the generic prompting is that one sentence, two sentence kind of situation. Authentic prompting. So I really want to figure out how I can word this into a video where, with the world of AI, there's only a few ways to stand out. And we've seen the performance way. We've seen the character way. But we're in a season of authenticity. Help me format this video script into a 30 to 60 seconds and leave room for me to kind of critique and feedback so we can then get the correct thing that I'm supposed to say or type. Right? So the more that I'm giving myself and my experiences and my thoughts and my perspectives goes into the authentic prompting. Now it's going based off the things that I said, not do it for me. It's more of, hey, this is my thoughts, right? Here are my experiences. Here's what it is. Now, can you tweak it to where it fits on this platform? Can you tweak it to where it makes a little bit more sense? Because my raw thoughts might not make the most sense, right? Might not make the most sense. So we can show you real quick, right? Hold on. Let's pull up chat again. So I'm just going to do the transcribe situation, right? Let's go with this. So give me some ideas of how creators can stand out and still be consistent every day. All right, it's thinking. So it's going to give me, and here's the thing, it gives really good ideas. So let's not get it twisted. It's going to give you really, really good ideas. So you're going to look at it like, I'm going to use that, right? Actually, I instantly did what I normally do. Hold on. Create a video script about how content creators can stand out in 2025. That's what I should have done. My bad. I was doing the brainstorming situation. My apologies. Right? So it's going to write me a script. Take the brainstorm, give it to ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok, and ask their brainstorm on ours. Then create a new version to run with it. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. So, peep game. So now I didn't give it any type of input. It may go based off some of the talks that we did already. But I didn't give it any kind of input. And so this is where the copy and paste is going to come out. So let's be real. 2025 is the year of copy and paste content. Ha! This really knows me. That's funny. Everybody got the same AI tools, the same trending sound, the same templates. So how do you stand out when playing field is technically even? Simple. You stop playing the game. You start creating your own lane. Here's the truth. AI leveled the playing field, but it also raised the noise level. Oversaturation it's really It really knows me. This is hilarious. The problem isn't creating content anymore. It's creating content that feels different. Standing out in 2025 isn't about going viral. It's about being legendary. Virality is temporary. Legacy is long-term. People aren't looking for the loudest creators. They're looking for the most consistent, most authentic, and they can trust to show up and bring value in every single day. Low key, because I talk to ChatGPT all the time, it's great, right? The problem that it is not necessarily a 1, 2, 3 step that I would give on my videos, right? So it's giving me a very long video script where I can go, let's create another one. So I want to create a script about how creators can stand out in 2025. I'm a little stumped, right? So I want you to ask me questions that is going to best give you the best output. Make sure it goes based off my experience and my tone. So when you're asking these questions, the output can sound more like me, as well as I needed more bullet points. Like I need frameworks. I need strategy for the type of audience that rocks with me. Right? So by me asking questions, like, yo, ask me the questions. Don't just create it for me, but ask me the questions so it can format the video script exactly in the way that I want, in the format that I want. Now we can get busy. So it's like when you think about 2025, what feels different in the creator space compared to 2024? What is the one thing creators still don't get that you've been preaching for years? Do you want this script to learn more, to lean more into AI plus strategy, your recent momentum, or into authenticity and brand longevity, which the other one was doing, right? Then it breaks down the audience. Then it breaks down the frameworks and strategy. Then it breaks down the tone and style. I'm having a full-blown conversation before the video script is given, which this is where I go, that's the authentic prompting. Because now it's a conversation and the output goes based off of a conversation rather than generic prompting where it's just going, hey, create this for me. Thank you. Right? So type in A if you're going to work more on your authentic prompting rather than going more generic. Okay? I'm going to have more conversations. I'm going to have AI ask me questions, not me just telling it what to do, but I'm going to have AI ask me questions on, yo, what do you mean by this? Do you want it this way? Do you want this framework? Do you want that framework? Do you want to address this audience? So, yeah, let me know what you got. This is my strong suit. Come on. All right. Let me go back. Let me see. Okay, come on, A's. I see you, A's. Come on. I see y'all. All right. So let me make sure I covered everything for y'all with this part. Right? Yep, got it. Okay. So here's a really good question. Here's a really good question. I'm gonna put this on the screen. It's gonna make some of y'all think, right? Let me put this over here. When we Google you, what do you want people? What do you want people to see? Okay. Here's a question that I ask from time to time. When we Google you, because understand, your Instagram comes up, your YouTube comes up, your LinkedIn comes up, your Facebook comes up, your TikTok comes up, your content comes up. What do you want people to see? And you can put that in the chat if you know that already. But what do you want people to see? And yes or no, does it reflect what you're posting right now? Just a random thought, right? When we Google you, what do you want people to see? Like, just a thought. And then yes or no, based off your answer, is that what you're posting right now? Just want y'all to think. Take a screenshot of this, put this on your stories. Make sure that other people think about this too, right? Just a thought, all right? Now, here's another problem that we have when that's a good one. You know what I mean? Are we building for ourselves or the public? That's a you question, Matthew. That's a you question. Some people want to build for the public. Some people want to build for themselves. Some people have serving hearts. Some people are like, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my, you know what I mean? So, let's talk about this. Devalue. All right. So, relatable, everyday guys who share real stories, challenges, victories, tools to help other men. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. A problem. Here's a problem. Let me put this right here in the middle. Another problem that AI gives, a threat, is the devalue of our content. Okay? The devalue. I saw something which was very interesting. Which is a situation and a solution. Okay? It's a situation and a solution. So let me get it. And this is, let me set it up real quick. There was an interview with Gary Vee talking about the future of podcasting, right? Hey, Nicky and the fam, what's popping? I see you. So let me get this. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Hold on. Where's my audio? Why can't I hear it? Oh, because it's muted. Ha. All right.
Yeah, we got one-stop shop
All
deli.
right,
When I tell you,
What do you think the future of podcasts are?
I think much of the same, other than, to your point, like you and I will start shows with co-hosts that don't exist that are our intellectual property. Like you'll start your version of The View and there'll be 3 other ladies and they're not real and you own their intellectual property and one of them may become more famous than you and that person becomes your Mickey Mouse. Like you, the entrepreneur, will own Sarah Johnson, your co-host. She gets bigger than even you, and you're doing brand deals and book deals. How wild is that? I believe every human is now entering the intellectual property business. Just like I predicted in 2006, 7 that everybody would have a social media account and I got laughed out of the room, I believe every human is now in the intellectual property business.
Okay. So I wanted to set this up And shout out to the 100 people that are watching live. Y'all better come on, light up the chat for me, please, and thank you. All right. I wanted to set this up in a sense of what he said was super interesting from a sense of, hold on, I got this whole setup. I got the lights, the cameras, and you're sitting here saying that an AI is going to be more loved and valuable than necessarily me? Are you saying this? Right? Now, of course, we've already seen artists, right? Hold on. Watching from home in Aruba. We global, people. We global. Come on, we global. So we've seen this with authors. We've seen this with graphic designers. We've seen this with videographers or editors where their work is starting to be devalued because of AI. To combat it, you have to get on the train, okay? This is not a matter of how do we stop it. It's a matter of how do we create our own world around it. So me seeing that, right? Me seeing that, I'm already on some, all right, what show do I have a virtual co-host on? It makes sense. Content Corner is eventually going to have a co-host, and will that be AI? Probably. We've already set it up with ChatGPT in multiple times having conversations with us. And the fact that we haven't seen the numbers go down when we do that, that means people are open to seeing AI content. We've seen it. We've seen different profiles have hundreds of thousands of views, thousands of followers. We saw, what was it? That AI Bible. Hold on, let me see if I could pull that thing up again. Let me get it. Let me see. Hola, Google. You know what I mean? Let's do Okay, okay, boom. I didn't even say this, and it says the Bible Chronicles animation. Okay? So I want to look at these two things real quick, because I want to show you that AI is here, and we have to figure out how to allow it to make us valuable, more valuable than we already are. Okay? So look at this.
What if one day, without warning, everything you loved was taken from you? Your children gone, your home destroyed, your wealth stolen or burned to ashes, your health shattered.
First off, this is all fire, okay? This has 654,000 views, right? 654,000 views. 152,000 subscribers. Let's point that there, right? Let me do this one. Let's go. This one has 44,000 subscribers, 93 videos. Let's do a popular. Let's do animated Mike Tyson, Cisco joint.
Hey, get away from me, thong song. I hate that.
Wait.
Hey, get away.
If there's cursing, I apologize. We can't go from the Bible to cursing, but hey, I apologize in the beginning.
Me thong song. I hate thong. I hate that. Get the thong song. Get out of here. I hate. And we ended up going to his house. Stevie Wonder was there.
And what was he doing?
He was on the piano.
Okay.
And what's the thong song, dude?
Cisco.
For whatever reason, Mike didn't like Cisco.
He didn't?
So a big party, he just like, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, get away from me, thong song. I hate thong. I hate that. Get the thong song. Get out of here. I hate that thong. I hate that thong song. And then all of a sudden, this one I saw a crack where a girl asked him, Mike, can I take a picture? Get the away from me. You don't want to take a picture. You want to put me back in jail. That's what you want. And we was like, oh, you want to put me.
So, first off, wild. Second, 84,000 views. All AI content. All AI content. Okay? It's crazy. Let me see if I can find. I'd be watching this stuff. Let's see if we find another one. Let me just do that AI. I really wanted to just do the AI Bible joint, but let's see. AI Bible. Here we go. So, AI Bible. 346,000 subscribers. Okay. Popular. This has 1.9 million views, 773,000 views, 557,000 views, right? Okay, this right here, this scene right here, fire. AI or not, fire. Yes or no? Is this fire? Yes or no? Whoever can tell a story can make themselves more valuable with AI. Hands down. Whoever could tell a story. And the great thing is that there's stories everywhere. There's books everywhere. This is the most popular book, okay? One of the most popular book. And a person took the book and made it AI pictures, turned it into AI videos, right? So the person who maybe was able to, let's say, draw, write, if you, something in your 9 to 5, right? A certain task that you could do, cool. But if you add AI, especially in this season where everybody's attention is, yo, how are you using AI? Whether in your job, whether in your personal life, whether in your branding, your content, your business, people are looking at how are you utilizing AI? Because the more that you use AI, the more valuable that you are. But it's not a negative of how much you use AI. No one's going to go to you, oh my God, you use AI that much? I'm firing you. Oh, what? I'm not. watching this. You use AI too much. There are a lot of people who are like, I could not create that. I couldn't, right? The value of you can only go up. But if you don't use AI, you are going to go less and less and less down the totem pole. Because there are going to be people who are like, I can use AI. I know how to use AI. I know how to do this. And not from a sense, once again, not from a sense of it's replacing me. It's adding to me. It's a tool that is going to allow me to be faster, way more creative than I ever have been. I created a whole AI video telling a story. It's only allowing me to be better. Now, I'm not using it as a clutch of, let me automate everything in my life. I've become smarter with it because of the conversations that I'm having. I've become way more creative. I can come up with graphics in a faster period of time. I could come up with thumbnails in a faster period of time. I could come up with copy for my websites and all things like that way faster. Now, I'm not saying I'm not tweaking it and putting still my vibe and my style into it, because AI is not going to get me word by word all the time. Even probably 90% of the time, it's not going to get me word by word. But the value can only go up. The value can only go up if you use AI. Okay? So be honest in the chat from a percentage wise, 100% to 1%. How, on your daily life, how often do you use AI every day? Right? And man, where did I see it? I think it was Gary Vee again. Let me see. Hold on. I think it was Gary Vee. I think it was on Earn Your Leisure. If you can spend an hour a day just learning AI, an hour a day, it'd be... Now, granted, not everybody has an hour to do. But if we could break that up into 15 minutes, 15 minutes, morning, in between, lunchtime, in between, when we get off work, you feel me? So hold on, let me see if I can find it. He's probably going to curse, so I want to just tell you sorry in advance. I want to tell you sorry in advance. No, I think that's the shopping one. Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Hold on. Boop. Let me unmute this.
Let me tell you the best part about being 49 is you've lived a little. It's kind of like being a fighter. Like when you're in your 50th professional fight, man, you've seen all those punches, right? Mm-hmm. And so you know how to fucking stick and move. That's how I feel about AI. I've seen this movie before. It was called The Internet. This isn't the things within the internet. So the internet came along. I'm like, internet came along when I was 18 and I was like, this is about to change my fucking life. And then I went deep into it and did shit underneath the internet. Email, website, Google AdWords, MySpace, Facebook. Got it?
Gotcha.
This thing isn't TikTok or NFTs or crypto, or this is the whole thing. This could be the only clip we need from this whole fucking podcast. If you're fucking seeing this right now and you are not spending 1 hour a day minimally, kids who are watching, let me tell you the best part about being 49 is you've lived a little. fucking with AI. I don't give a fuck if it's just ChatGPT asking it questions. And then if you're a creative, fucking around with all the new shit, Mid-Journeys and this and Runway and all that shit, if you're not in it, like you are literally your grandma that you made fun of. When people talk about new shit and they shit on it on some noble shit, that's the tell that they're too lazy to do the work. I'm not doing AI because I think it fucks up musicians and I fuck with the arts and music and that's fucked up, so I'm out. You're not out because of fucking, you're sad that fucking Kendrick Lamar might lose some paper. You're out because you don't want to put in 40 hours to learn a new thing because you're tired because you just put in a lot of hours to learn the last thing. Fucking with AI. I don't give a fuck if it's just ChatGPT asking.
Okay. That last part, now granted, like I said, I apologize for all the curses that he said. Right? However, that last part that he said, where especially for us who've done some things, right? We've built some things, we've tried to build some things, we've served other people. We have a shorter patience of trying new things sometimes, right? This one has to be a little bit different. And we have to be a little bit more realistic, right? So go into your chat. You can ask a simple question. We can ask a simple question. Hey, based off what you know about me, I want to start learning AI at least an hour a day, but I don't have, one, the attention span to focus on anything for an hour. Plus, I have a life. If I want to still have that hour done every day, can you give me a more realistic timeline or like time blocks, whether it's 15 minutes, 5 minutes, but break that down into exact hours I should be doing it so I could time block it on my calendar. If you're saying 9 a.m., do it for 15. At your lunch, do it about 20. Like, can you break it down in that way so I can clearly see how possible it is to do it for an hour? And the reason why I'm saying have this conversation with the AI, because you're talking to your AI every single day. And it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. It could be Claude. But when you realistically see it, okay, cool. 9 to 9:15. Great. 12:30 to 12:50. 3:30 to 3:45. Evening wrap up. It makes me have it for 10 minutes. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, midday, 15 minutes starting. So I end it in a lighter note because I may be tired. And I start with a strong note with 15, and in the middle, I got a 20. Now I could put this into my calendar. Hey, here's a reminder. Talk to AI. Learn something AI. Things like that, right? Ask this to your chat, to your Claude, Gemini. Ask this and see how possible it is, and try it for a week. Try it for a week. But also, the same way that I broken this down and you can see it realistically, oh, this isn't that bad. He says an hour, that's dramatic. But if I break it down into this is not that dramatic. I could do that. You can do that with any habit. Anything that we, like, yo, I don't have time. Then break it all the way down into 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We could do anything. We just have to break it down into smaller time frames. That's just a productivity hack. That's not a content hack, the business hack. That's just, I have time, but thinking of the overall goal is overwhelming. Okay, let's break that down. All right. So if you're going to do this, type in me in the chat. If you're going to do this, type me, please. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. All right. So, boom. Come on, Marco. Microdose your learning based on the time that you have. Because we all have time. Yo, we be finding time for the most craziest things. Let's keep it a buck. We find time for the most craziest things. That's why a lot of us is not going to do that exercise of like, yo, write down everything you do in a day. You're going to be mad how many times you scroll. You're going to be mad at how not busy you are in your head. In your head, you're like, yo, I got to do this second, this. But there's so many different pockets to actually do what we honestly want to do. You influenced me, Nikki. I started with you in May. I have mastered over 50 tools. Come on. I'll take that. You feel me? I'll take that. That made me feel good. Thank you. Hopefully that was true. Nah, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying. All right, let me get the rest of these threats because I want to get into Kai Cenat. And type in 3 if you've been seeing the situation with Kai Cenat, or if you read my newsletter, type in 3. Okay? All right. So, hold on. Let's do boom, boom, boom. So, back to, oh, nope. That wasn't it. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. All right. So, we have, let me get my free form. 3, read the newsletter and saw them. Absolutely. All right. We have oversaturation. All right. We have the devalue. Right. And then that all goes, once again, that all goes back to this big situation. Replace. Because if I can't see myself, if I can't stand out and I'm getting, and no one sees me, no one sees my content, no one sees what I'm doing, everybody's doing it. And because I'm not doing it, I'm lessening my value, I could possibly get replaced. Here is what I will say to that. And now we're going to get into, let me put green for this. Actually, we'll put, the next one will be green. It is a tool, an asset, however you want to call it, right? And you see what they say. Hit that like. Hit that like. Hit that like. So let's talk about this. Can it replace us if we stay mid? If we stay in the way that we are right now? It could possibly replace us. I'm not going to lie. But when we use this as a tool to start thinking about how it can help us scale, this is where the money comes in. So what do I mean by this? If I know when we're talking about building a brand, the way that I can possibly get brand awareness that can then convert is presence, is content. Then how am I utilizing these AI tools to create my own media team? If I'm looking at videos, I'm possibly creating videos with, and let me start writing it. Hold on. Let's make it visual. I'm not even going to play with you. All right? If I'm doing videos, I'm thinking Opus Clip, right? Taking our long form to short form. I'm thinking Cling. I'm thinking Sora, right? I'm thinking VO3. I'm thinking Runway. These are all AI tools that will allow me to have a video media team, whether it is to create a fully edited video that I can post, whether it is to turn a photo into video, whether it is to turn text to video. I don't have to necessarily pay a person. I have my media team right here. All right? When we're talking about graphics, I got to promote my hat, my events, my book, my whatever I have to promote. Canva, Midjourney, ChatGPT, Gemini, what's that one? The Higgsville. Hold on. Let me get the right name for it. Hold on. Let me get, what was it? Higgsville? Something like that. I'm spelling it. There we go. Higgsville. Which is really, really dope. Right? Hold on. Let me go back. Let me give y'all this. Y'all should be taking screenshots. Okay? Y'all should be taking screenshots. Boom. These are going to be your AI graphic designers. Okay? So if presence, right? If presence is going to create dollars, if content is going to convert into views, that is going to convert into dollars, I got to create content. So I got to have a video side. I have to have a image side, right? Then I have to have a written side. So written side, I'm going to say Poppy AI, right? From a full-blown like content system that can do, and I heard it could do images now too. We got to test that out. Of course, chat. Of course, Claude. Of course, Gemini. Perplexity. Right? Boom. Got it. Cool. Got all of that. Amazing. Now, here's the thing. Once I have my media team, what else do I need? Right? Maybe I want to create landing pages or an app. Right? Cool. Then we're going to look into tools like Lovable, right? Then we're going to look into tools like Replit. Then we're going to look even to automation, Zapier, Make, Cursor is another one of those. I can make an app or landing page for you. Shoot, Claude is another one. We're getting into a world where there is an AI for everything, right? What is the program that you use to post this? So this is, I'm using Freeform. If you have Apple, Freeform is free. Okay, so yeah. And then the great thing about it is that we literally can ask AI for what AI tool to do what I need to be done, right? So let's use a prime example. Hold on. Let's get our lovely chat into this, right? I have a proposal that I need to do. I have a proposal. What is an AI that's going to allow me to have a proposal which is going to make me money? All right? So, boom. I'll go with chat. Right? I'll go with chat real quick. Can you give me the top AI tool in quarter 3 and 4 of 2025 that's going to allow me to create proposals for a client? Now, the reason why I've said Q3 and Q4 is because I wanted to make sure that it picks recent AI tools, right? And it gives me a list of AI tools I can try. There is an AI tool for everything. The way that we are leveraging AI is to find the problem and find an AI tool for it. So, once again, that it doesn't replace us, but it becomes a tool in our toolbox to allow us to scale, to allow us to make money. If, for me, I have Lions behavior, right? Shout out to those who are part of Lions behavior. And if you're not part of Lions behavior, we're opening up the community. So let me know if you want that link. I could give it to you. It is in the description. But we are opening up that community. We do live calls every Thursday. We have prompts every week, right? First to know on everything. And if you get the yearly, you get the hat. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe. But AI has helped me create a community manager AI to allow me to know exactly what kind of posts I should put in there, right? Also, it helps me get ideas of what is the next level based on the data that the community is providing. It gives me feedback, and then, cool, I add it into the AI. Hey, here's an action plan of what to do with your community. Great. Hey, here is my audience. What are some products that they would love? How do I take one of the best ways, I'll say this. One of the best ways that I use AI is in a sense of, okay, I have Content Corner. I have 100 and some people watching live. How do I monetize? How do I monetize in a way that doesn't feel salesy, in a way that is not inauthentic to me in any kind of way? Bet. Let them just support through channel memberships. If they want to join Lions Behavior, mention it, but don't sound too pushy. If they find value, they'll hit the super chat. Just allow different avenues to be open. And this was a conversation that I had with AI. Cool. Then it allowed me to do that, right? Hold on. I'll show something real quick. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Because sometimes in our head, right, we have the idea. But AI is going to put it into a plan. So, hold on. I will show you. Boop. All right. So, y'all have been seeing me talk about Lion's behavior. We have Lion's behavior in the chat right now. Those people who've gotten the hat and everything like that. So finally, we go, okay, how do we, if it's important to get people off of YouTube and really help them, what do you have to do? So I gave you the link, but I want to show you how chat helped me, right? So boom, I go, yo, I want to get on the call with them every single week. I want to help people not burn out while growing their brand. So I want to give them different prompts. I want to do different check-ins, like have people who are doing it together check in not only from a content-wise, a branding-wise, but from a personal-wise. Okay, sweet. But I don't want to charge them nothing crazy. Like I don't want to be the typical 50 a month. All right, Nicky, bet. So how do we move from inconsistent to intentional, overthinking to creating, to burnout to boldness, and doing it alone to rolling it with a crew, right? So we created the LB Core membership. And AI helped me write this and put it into where it makes sense. Like, okay, you get the Thrive Thursday calls. We all jump on a call every Thursday. Yo, what did you learn? Let's chop it up. Checking in, because some of us need accountability, right? I had conversations, so now it's a strategist for me. Yo, how do we do this? How can I give them the hat where they get the exclusive content, but still get in the community? Okay, you could do quarterly, 30 a month, 30 a quarter, because you know, and this is for anybody who's doing a community, 3 months somebody can see a change. So stop doing, and this is a me. I'm telling the blueprint that I'm doing. Stop charging people on a monthly, charge them on a quarterly, because transformation happens quarterly, right? And then provide a yearly, because some people don't want to pay every single quarter. Cool. This happened. Lion's behavior happened. And for those people who've been around, Lion's behavior happened off of a live, off of conversations that we've had with AI, which has allowed different streams of revenue for this channel. So I don't have to go and be like some of these typical marketers who do webinars and challenges, and no shade, but I don't have to do that because we are leveraging AI tools to be the new brand manager, the new brand strategist, the new content strategist, the new product developer. Whatever role you need, AI could do that. So I say that in a way of, what role do you need AI to help you with? Because I don't know if you saw, and I'll put it up, ChatGPT now has projects for free for everybody, right? So let me see if I can, let's pull up Ethergram, because I saw it on their page. Let's go here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Where? Oh, right here. Okay. Check this out. First off, shout out to ChatGPT. Who uses projects already? I love projects. It helps me organize my brain and thoughts or creations. So I love projects because anything that I do more than twice, I put it into a project for myself. If I'm sharing it, then I turn it into a custom GPT. But if it's just for me, right? Just for me, I'm going to turn it into a project. It's very simple to make. So let me show you an example of how I make a project. Let me show you example, real life example. Let's get, okay, cool. Let's put the phone up. All right. So I have this picture of J. Cole and this picture of Drake on my wall right now. And I like that style, right? I like that Pixar, but more realistic look from a character wise. So what I'm going to do is ask ChatGPT, can they break this down into a prompt? We're going to test that prompt. If it works, then I'm going to turn it into a project because I'm going to want to use that style over and over and over again. I'm not going to want to find the chat over all the different chats that I have, or I don't want to do the process over and over again. So I'll show you exactly how I do this. Here we go. Let's get a new chat. Boom and boom. All right. Can you act like a prompt engineer and look at these pictures and that style? And can you create a prompt that will replicate exactly that style picture if I was to upload a picture of my own? So if I was to put a picture of myself and I wanted to turn into that style of characters, can you give me the prompt that will create that result? Transcribing. And I promise you that talking to ChatGPT is so amazing, right? So boom. Asking ChatGPT to be your prompt engineer is going to be a game changer for so many people because you do not have to think about the prompt or creating the perfect prompt. It could create it for you based off what you said, right? So it created the prompt. So we're gonna test it out, right? So, boom. I'm going to find. Let's see. Do I not have a picture of me? Let's see. Let's do. I do so many pictures. Boom. That's a good picture of me. And create a hyper-realistic of the. Let's see how it does. Now, granted, I should find another picture. I should do ET because pictures of me sometimes don't really do well. You know what I mean? Don't really do well. Yes, use chat to help you refine the prompt and make it better. That's a fact. And let's see how it does. Shout out I'm so spoiled now because of Google Gemini. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit spoiled. But I still have patience because I cannot create this. You feel me? I can't create this. So as I do this, right? And we'll see the results. This is just an example. If this is the prompt that does exactly what I want, I'm going to go into right here, projects, right? And I'm going to say character style, right? Pixar. I have another Pixar vibe, but this is I'll put real Pixar. Real Pixar. So you want to name it. And I'm doing it from mobile because a lot of people do mobile, right? Boom. And what I'm going to do is right here where it says edit instructions. This is where I'm going to add the prompt. Right here. Save. So now, anytime that I do this or want to do this, I can just go into that project and do it. And the great part about it too is, oh my God, what the hell is that? What? This is why I don't like what ChatGPT does to me. I don't like what ChatGPT does to me. This is why we like Google when it comes to me. This is ridiculous. I'm going to find another person. That's horrible. Where's ET? Let me find a picture of ET or something. Golly. Let's do trap. Golly. Do this guy. That almost made me curse. That was trash. You see how stressed I look? What in the darn world? You know what I mean? AI can't replace a great artist. No, AI is not supposed to replace a great artist. Here's the thing. AI is only supposed to copy what has already been done. A great artist is always going to create something new. We don't run out of ideas. We don't run out of styles. So, yeah, that hurt my whole feelings. Do you see how, like, I'm trying to come back? I'm trying to come back from this. That hurts my whole. I'm going to take a sip of my energy drink on that one. That's BS. But chat always treats me wrong when it comes to the images. When it comes to anything else, I'm good. When it comes to me doing stuff with other people, I'm good. When it comes to, and why is it taking so long? Let's do it from the project. Let's do it from the project. No, I don't want to create a new project. Wait, was it doing it? So boom. Here's Wall Street Trapper. All right? In that same kind of profile style, it's still adding details. It's not exactly trap, but it's a Pixar version, right? I think because the pictures were mad. What's the prompt looking like? I didn't even read the prompt. I just kept it moving. Oh, look directly at the camera at a serious expression. That's why. Hey, but it got the words. Come on. Come on. Chat sometimes creates a disturbing likeness of me as well. I feel you. Met you at Invest Fest. You are fired. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so cool. So now what I can do, now that I have this chat, right? Now that I have this chat, I can add that to the project, right? So it allows me to help, it helps me organize my chats now. So anytime that I do that style of Pixar seriousness, right? Now I want to find an ET one. Hold on. Let's go. See, I even have one for like build my brand. I have one where all the conversations that I've recently done, because I'm trying to be better organized with it, is going in there, right? My journaling, I do very well with that over here, in my 3-page reflection one. And so I have a few projects, but the whole point was to show that when you create a prompt or you're doing something and you're going to be doing that for a few times, you could create a project of it. Or if you have certain files that you always want to reference, you can make a project out of it. So this is supposed to help, but I'm going to find a picture of ET because that's easier because he's always looks serious. So hold on. I always have a picture of ET somewhere. Oh, there he is. There he is. Wait, I just saw him. Where is it? There he is. There he is. Let's do... I want a better picture. Let's do that one. All right. Can you do the prompt? Why am I typing? Hold on. Can you do the prompt in the instructions about the Pixar style with this picture? All right. If they have him smiling, I'm going to be mad. Hear me? If they have him smiling, I'll be mad. But type in me in the chat if you're going to start doing projects inside of ChatGPT. It's free for everybody. So at first it was only for paid users. So for the $20 one and the really expensive one, the $200 one. But now all people can do projects. So I wanted to show you. And if you want this prompt, I'll put it in the chat so you could copy and paste it. Hold on. Boom. There is... Did it only get some of the... Hold on. Did it only get some? Let me know if the full joint came out, because I don't know if it... Oh, it looks like it got cut off. Hold on, let me see if I put it... Oh. Okay, because it has a character limit. Boo. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll put it in the description. That Pixar style, I'll put it in the description for you guys. Hold up. As it continues to... Let me go into my YouTube real quick. YouTube. Hey, let me know. Oh, it's creating something. It's creating something. Let me know if you see the hype. Oh, he looked big already. Yo, they be doing the situation. You have to shorten the URL. So it's not a URL, it's a prompt. I can't shorten the prompt. Then you'll get a different joint. So I'm just going to put the prompt in the description. So, hold on. Trey you see him? He look big. ChatGPT Promt. Hold on. And I'm going to put that here. Boom. And I'm going to save. Okay. So, I thought you asked for a Shrek version. Yo. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yo, they always do E wrong. Oh, my God. They got the words on the shirt right. Can you make him a little bit slimmer? Not so chubby? And please, for those people who do use ChatGPT for images, please talk to it. If it doesn't get it right, don't give up. Tell it to fix it. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's so bad. This is so bad. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Hold on. As that goes, I want to see. Oh, that hurt my feelings. I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble. Hold on. Let me see some. Oh, they made him super slim now. Not the super slim. Not super slim. Hold on. Oh, man. That's... Yo! They're gonna get me in trouble. Oh, my God. Okay, no. Can you... Wait. Can you make him thick, but not like fat? I'm really talking to it like a whole human, right? Let me go back. Copy. So here's a trick. If it doesn't get it, always, don't say thick. Oh my God. Here's the trick. Go back to the original image if they keep getting it wrong. Oh my God. He was thick before. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just blame it that I've been up since like 4 something. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Oh man. We're going so left from the real reason. We're going so... okay. Let me mute this real quick. I want to see, as we wait for this, I'm going to come back to it. I want to see if YouTube has it on the live. Hold on. Boop. Does it have it? No, it doesn't have it on the live yet. Okay. I need everybody to do me a favor. I want to show you something. So YouTube has a new feature where you get to hype up a video. Okay. So this is my recent video and they have this feature called hype. So this will allow you to help the video get pushed out by YouTube. You know how the algorithm goes. So if you can, for me, can you please go to my last video, the stop paying for Photoshop the Nano Banana one. And can you go and hit hype? It's free. It's free. All right. Just type done when you do. Type done when you do. Let me see if I could just share the URL to make it easier. Hold on. Boop. Bam. Just hit the hype button. Type done when you do. Appreciate you. Okay, here we go. I'm cool with this one. See, if you say thick, it's not that bad. We were worried. We were worried. This doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too great, but doesn't look too bad. So, is this better? Yes or no? Is this better? Mind you, we started with this. We started with this. Then he became like this. My man gone through some things. And now we have Stocky Boy. You know what I mean? Now we have Stocky Boy. All to say, this is in projects. I created a project that can do these types of characters. So, create projects. That's create projects, all right? All right, people. Create projects. All right. Let's I need a better transition situation to the next topic. We're going to figure this out. I'm not seeing the hype video. Okay, so I think they don't have it on desktop, but on mobile, they have the hype button. I don't know why they don't have it on the laptop and desktop version. So if you could hit your mobile real quick, please and thank you. Please and thank you. I couldn't figure out the hype, how to hype. Yeah, let me know if y'all have a problem with the hype situation. If it's only on desktop or you found it on mobile, right? If you found it on mobile, cool. Have you made money from AI or just saved time? It depends on what you mean by made money from AI. Because I've made content using AI and it's made money. You feel what I'm saying? There's some things that was written with AI that has made money. So, yeah, it depends on what you mean by making. Nah, I can't find it. Hype is on. Yeah, so hype is on mobile only. So if you are on desktop, on the laptop, you're not going to see it. Even on, I don't know, does it have it on the iPad? Let's see. Let's see on the iPad. Hold on. Nope, it's on the iPad too. Wait. Oops. I didn't do. Let me show iPad. Boom. So you see right here, hype. It's right there. Right next to thanks and download. So it's a mobile only situation. I wish it could be better, but So shout out to everybody who said done. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Okay. Let's talk a little bit. Who has type the number 3 or K? Put the letter K if you been seeing what Kai Cenat has been doing. Right? If you've been seeing what Kai Cenat has been doing. So, we have covered Kai multiple times. Hold on. Let me mute this. Okay. We have covered Kai Cenat so many times on this channel. He is currently doing a 30-day 24/7 stream. And his goal is to get 1 million paid subs. Okay? 1 million paid subs. So he is currently on day 8. Day 8. So we go. So right now, he's with Marlon Wayans. All the guys are there. There's Kai Cenat, right? I guess he gave him cigars. But the chat's going crazy. He has right now 335,590 paid subscribers. So let's go to lovely ChatGPT. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? So, hold on. Start a new chat. So I'm watching Kai Cenat right now, and he has 335,592 paid subscribers. Right? He has that many subs. An estimate, how much is that in monthly revenue? Okay. So I want you to see in 8 days how much he's made with monthly revenues. Right? So this is the estimate. You see that money. You see that, right? In 8 days, he has made $1 million. 1.6. People are championing him, giving him subs, gifting subs. Side note, if you want to gift channel memberships, just like how people are gifting subs on Kai Cenat's things, please do. Please do. All right? There is a way to gift channel memberships or become a channel member if you can, right? Or hit the super chat. So 1.67 million. Okay. Now his goal is to have 1 million paid subs. So his goal is to have 1 million paid subs. What is the estimated revenue of what he's going to make with 1 million paid subs? That's 4.9 million gross. Possibly 3.4 after fees and all of that. Why do I work this 9 to 5? Why do I work this 9 to 5? Listen. Look at that. You see the annual? If that stays, right? If that stays, and let's add up what he's done with past Mafiathons, Stream University, all of that. $59 million. Okay? Now, I just want you to see what is possible. Okay? What is possible. Now, when you look at Kai Cenat, because I want to show you the production, right? I want to show you the production of this because this is not light. Let me see if I can find the video. This is not light. Shout out to my mom. My mom was like, remember when it was cursing? This is why somebody was like, don't apologize, Nikki. I apologize because my mom is on. All right? I always, I'm considerate of my mom. I'm doing this for y'all, but my mom watches too. So, hold on. Let me get the video of the production. Because y'all gonna be like, what? I'm about to stream. And you should, right? But let me show you this. Let's watch this together. We're not gonna watch the full 31 minutes of this video that I'm about to show you, but I want to show you the production. It's amazing. It is inspiring. But there's a strategy to all of this, okay? So, let me show you. This is a $60 million mansion that he got for this Mafia-thon, for this streaming that he's doing for 30 days straight for 24 hours. Okay? He never turns off his stream. You see him sleep. You see him bathe. Now he's not naked. You see all the celebrities come through, and we're going to talk about all this, okay? So please start taking notes. Share this with people because this is where I get a little bit geeked out. And we're going to have some fun, okay? So, look at this.
Are we good? All right, let's go. Let's come over here. We got this bathroom, okay? We got this bathroom right here. Hold on. It ain't switched yet. Still haven't switched. It says there, it's an echo. It's an echo. I know, I have two mics on. Oh, it did switch. Wait, why did I see it switch on here?
So can we...
You know how to unlock this?
Can we first already break down how you saw the camera switch when he went to another room? Plus, he has a cameraman that has a streaming backpack. Let's keep it there. Off that already. I don't have that.
Like, why is it not? Bro, I'm so confused.
He has a whole production team.
No, on the iPad, it did not switch, but it switched there. I seen it switch there, but right here, it didn't switch.
Disregard that. It's not going to work anymore. Yeah, that feed.
Say that?
Disregard that feed.
Huh?
Don't worry about that feed.
Oh, but I want to see the stream feed, though. What feed is this? What? Here? 1, 2. Are we good? Audio test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we good? Is it the all? One of the bathrooms in the house. Go ahead.
Hold on. Real quick. Whoop. Right there. Can we talk about product placement already? And we already know there's going to be a whole bunch of product placement. But if you go right here, right there, that's Tone. Okay? That's their product, their skincare product. Just remember, and there's going to be like, that robe probably says Tone.
One of the bathrooms in the house. Go ahead. Go here. Yeah.
And I also want you to remember 132,000 subs. This is the very first day. This is the first day of him streaming. You can't even see it. Hold on. Boom. 132,000 subs. Just remember that. Somebody type that in the chat.
I want to show as much thing as we can. It says this is delay. Everything good. Why are they spamming delay? Hold on. As much. There's a delay. There's a delay in audio. All right. This is the closet. This is the closet. This is how it looks. The wide angle, we can switch to PTZ. This is how it is. The skims, everything in here looks good. Here we go. On to the next.
Come on, Skims and Polo with the product placement.
Then when you come over to this side, this is the sauna room. Not the sauna room, but if we want to take a sauna here, we can. Very melodic, very fire, you feel me? This is where probably CB beats his dick, you know?
What? All right, thank you for putting that in the chat. I want y'all to remember that. So when I ask,
Okay, production, y'all doing W production, y'all doing a great job. W production, y'all doing a great job. When you go over here,
this is like a movie.
this is the main staircase of everything. Look at this beautiful chandelier. You feel what I'm saying? This is the main staircase. This is where everything will be going on.
My man got a Scarface staircase. Let's use his lingo for a second. W in the chat for the Scarface staircase.
Everything will be happening right here. You Gucci? You need that? Okay. You come over here now. This is where the EMT room is. If you get hurt, if anything happens to you, you can lay here, you can heal up, the doctor will see you, and everything will be good, okay?
He has an EMT. Like, what? What? Makes me worried. Makes me worried. You know what I mean? Makes me
We
worried.
are not see, right? Furthermore, over here, let's get fun. W hallway. This is where we'll be going.
W hallway.
Walking around. We make this right. W hallway. It's a bit race ass. Mods, update me fast. Come over here.
Hold on,
Spam
look at
good
this.
For good. Spam good for good. Come over here.
Oh, they cut it. Why did they cut it?
Now we go over here. Rakai! Where we got.
He has a classroom. So so Rakai and the other guy, I forgot his name. I think it's Tota, where they actually have to do homework and learn.
This is where your classmate, Rakai, will be. As you guys can see, go look at the sign right there. It says homeworkathon. Everybody, this is where Rakai will be doing his homework. Rakai, you are not escaping this, bro. This is your teacher. Look, they're doing solving linear equations right now. I don't want to interrupt y'all, but how's y'all day going so far?
This is crazy. This is crazy. So hold on. I'm trying to find. So he's doing, clearly, you can see he's doing a tour of this mansion. But I'm showing you this because you can see the production of how the cameras switch from his cameraman to all these different cameras in the mansion. Look, I'm pointing like you can see. Hold on. There's a camera right there. There's lights here. There's a camera right there. Like, it's crazy. You can see wires right there.
We have my sister. My sister will be cooking.
We have Chef
along
Kai,
with Chef. They'll be here, being able to cook all day, put a food.
I'm trying to see the
breakfast, lunch, and
outside.
dinner.
Okay, so here's where they sleep. Hold up.
Past it. You just stay right here. We officially got where we will be sleeping at. This is where
Hold on. Go back. Go back.
we'll be
Go back.
sleeping.
You see that? Look. Camera. Lights. I think that's a camera. That's where the chat's going to be.
At. This is where we will be sleeping. This is where
There's a camera right there. There's the chat right there.
we will be having our time. This is where, as you guys know, a lot of things happen. This is the bedroom. Stay on the wide camera. Just stay on the wide camera. You can stay on the wide camera. This is where
The fact that he is telling people, hey, stay on this camera. The production. This is not a regular, I grab my phone and I go live. I do this. Even this live. This is not one of those. This is high level. And then you look at a sense of, okay, my man already made $1 million. It's what you invest in.
everybody, we got torta bed for sure. I think this is Dad's bed. I think this is my bed. I think this is, I don't know. I don't know who else's beds these are. But this is the room where we will be sleeping at, okay? Now, for those who don't know, for those who don't really get it, you guys will be able to affect us in our sleep, okay? Tune in tonight to see what you guys will be able to do in our sleep.
It's a whole, the way that he does his lives is all interactive. Absolutely all of it is interactive. So we're going to forward it a little bit because okay, here we go. Look, even the drone is streaming. Even the drone, this is going to be you in 2 years, Nicky. You'll forget about us. First off, y'all coming with me, okay? Y'all coming with me. I'm not going, Chris, don't even play with me. Don't play with me. I'm late to the party. What are we watching? Kai Cenat. We're showing it from a sense of a production. Just the level that he's on.
Eastern. All right. Then we got the outside. We got the outside. This is where we'll be at. Okay? The outside of the house. We have.
Which bed will I get? Which bed do you want?
We have. I think I showed everything.
Which bed?
Okay, cool. Chat, are we good? Can you hear me? Chat, spam one if you can hear me. Spam.
Hold on. Why do people want to watch them sleep or him sleep? We'll talk about that. It's a whole interactive thing. Like they play music. They have this guy always interacting with the chat. Whoever does the most subs can turn the bed around, can pop balloons, make different noises. When I tell you, I got to give it up, regardless if you like this type of entertainment or not, okay? Because this is not for everybody. This is for a younger generation that just loves to be a part of things, right? They are paying to see if he's going to make it, go into certain rooms, certain things happen. It's not for us, okay? I wouldn't want somebody to watch me sleep. But I bet you I can turn on, I'm looking at the time. Maybe Speed is sleeping right now, but Speed is doing the same thing. He's on a bus and he's streaming for 24 hours.
One if you can hear me, my phone is dead. Spam one if you can hear me. We got crazy.
Look at this. Look at.
It's all right. Yes.
Look at that. I'm just mute that. Just look at the house. The fact that the drone is streaming. Everywhere he goes, they're going to be followed. Okay? Now, remember, we said 132, 133. I already said 132, 133. Let me go back. Let's go back to chat. How much did he make on that first day? So he made on the first day 133,000 subs. How much did he make on the first day? So let's see. Just so you have an understanding. So after the platform's cut, the very first day, this was in a couple of hours, he made $464,000. Okay? $464,000. Wild. Absolutely wild. So when we look at him now, look, he has Marlon Wayans right now. The drone. Oh, wait, no, you don't see it. You don't see it. Here we go. They're outside. They're smoking a cigar. Cool, right? Now, why am I showing this? Because, let's go back. Because this is Kai's live joint, right? So right now, every single day, this is day 8, he's clipping up his live streams. So even though he is doing a 24-hour joint, he's not only getting paid from subs and gifts and all of the Twitch ecosystem that they have, he's also putting clips up on YouTube, and they're getting 32,000, 52,000, 135,000, 69,000. Okay? And he's doing that every single day, multiple times a day. Now, granted, he has a team, but bear with me with where I'm going with this, right? So we know when it comes to Kai Cenat, he is at a point where he doesn't have to stream every single day. He does different events. This is his event, right? Where some creators are posting every day, streaming every day, doing things weekly. He's being intentional with his planning. What we just saw with the house, that couldn't be done in a day or two. That was something that is planned. That many cameras, having that amount of team in there, having a 24/7 situation, that is planned. What Kai Cenat is proving and showing us in real life is that to make money as a creator, you don't have to post every single day. You have to be very intentional. Now, we have to remember he started, I believed in 2018, doing skits on Facebook. Okay? So I don't want you to think that this is overnight, couple of years or anything like that. If we go back to his channel, because I think this is his live channel. This is not even his real channel, right? But let's go back to his very first video on this particular channel. This live one is 4 years ago. But that's not his actual channel. Like, this is his real personal brand channel. 7 years ago was his very first YouTube video. Mind you, he started on Facebook, then he went into YouTube, then he went to Twitch. But he did, let me see when the first Mafia-thon was. I wrote it all the way down, but let me just, Mafia-thon 1, right? Mafia-thon 1 was 2 years ago. Okay? Where he first thought, yo, I'm going to go 24/7, right? It takes money and a plan and a pale face to front the situation. Okay. Not really sure why you said that, but that's your take, and I respect it. So he said, you know what? 24 hours. I'm going to go live 30 days, 24 hours. He did that. This is now the third time he's doing that. But after he did that, He took a break. Then he did that jail stream. He took a break. Did Mafiathon, did AMP, did Streamer University. But in each point, he created breaks that allowed time to plan. In the beginning, he was very consistent. We think about rappers. We think about anything that we do personally. There's going to be a grind period in order to get the audience. Now you have the audience. Now it's time to be strategic. So now he's, when I do show up, I'm going to give you 100%. But I'm going to come with sponsors. I'm going to come with product placement. I'm going to come with production. I'm going to invest my money into this so I can make more money. Because to see that house, I don't know now, I don't know if the mansion is really $60 million or if it cost him $60 million. We don't know, right? But it costs money to be in that mansion. It costs money to have that production team. It costs money. So we see, oh my God, he made 1 million here. He made this amount on Streamer University. And especially if you've been on this channel for a little bit, you know we've been covering him. But how intentional are we with planning? I'm looking at 2026 already, feeling like I'm late. Like, I should have certain things planned out already, right? So looking at Kai Cenat, not from, okay, I need celebrities. Okay, I need to go live. I need to do this. No, the biggest thing that we got from this is how can we be intentional with planning so we don't burn out? Right? Because look, it said, I try to stay consistent, but then got burnt out. What's the best way to remain consistent? I talk about real estate. I think that's real estate, right? On my page. So the way to be consistent without burnout varies depending on how you create. Because there has to be a balance of what you can produce and what comes natural to you. So meaning, I'll speak about me as an example, because I'm not going to use Kai or none like that. Y'all hear. I go live, 2 to 3 to 4 hours sometimes. Some of y'all want me to go live for 6 hours. We're going to talk about that another day. So what I do is I'll put all my energy in the top of the week. And then the clips that I do is going to be from this live. So I don't have to worry about daily situation. I've created a system to be able to be present in order to plan for the next live, for the next video. Then for YouTube, I then post on Friday one video, right? It could be a 8 to 10 minute, sometimes 20-minute video. And then I take that and I clip that up into smaller pieces. I'll take a live that I did and I'll turn that into a newsletter. I'll take some clips of the live and I'll turn that into a post. So figuring out for me, what was my main way of creating content and how can I leverage that to be present throughout the week so I don't get burnt out, because I've been burnt out. I've been burnt out really bad. So now it's, you know what? I can go live. That's my thing. I love to connect, talk to you guys, show different things like this. I could do that. It's not perfect. There's going to be errors. But what you're going to see on social media, on Instagram, on Threads, on all of that, is going to be the edited version of this. I even have a clips channel that we're getting busy on that clips this up. But me personally is only focusing on this live and then the YouTube video that I have to do. Now, there's sometimes that I may get extra creative, right? And I may do a short version, like a reel or a TikTok. I may do that. I may go an extra live. That's when I feel extra creative, but I'm not going to force that. So what is your system? Everybody has to create a content system that will allow them to be present in the amount of time that they want to be present. Making that commitment first, saying, okay, I'm going to put my all on this piece of content, right? It could be short form in the beginning. It could be long form. It could be lives. It could be written, right? It doesn't always have to be video. Like, shout out to my writers. Y'all are killing it if you're in the right platform. Like, I'm on Substack right now trying to get my write on, and I respect writers even more. I think that's harder sometimes than video. So, and writers will say the opposite. Yo, I think video is harder than writing. So that's fine. So creating that system so you don't get burnt out. But if you don't have a plan and if you don't have a system, that's what's going to create the burnout. I haven't felt burnt out in over a year. Praise God. Right? And I plan on not being burnt out for the rest of the year. I plan on not being burnt out in 2026. I plan on not being burnt out 27, 28, 29, 30. Like, and as long as I need to create content on a regular basis, because I figured out my thing and I figured out a system that will allow me, and eventually I found help, right? So I have Isaiah that edits my long form. So please, in this time of like, yo, I'm feeling burnt out. I got burnt out. Like, if you've ever been burnt out, put B for burnt out. And I'll put a big B, because I got burnt out really bad. One of the main reasons why I do not have a podcast anymore. Also saying that in the same breath, it is okay to let something go. No one is saying, yo, you started this and now you stopped. Like, if you can't be consistent with it, it is okay to let it go, to stop it. You're not impressing nobody, okay? Your goal when you are building a brand is to serve other people and to transform people, whether it is from a motivational standpoint, educational standpoint, or entertainment standpoint. That is all we're here for, is to add value to transform them in the way they need to be transformed. So if you stop something because you cannot be able to do that anymore, that is perfectly fine. You know what I mean? That is perfectly fine. Anyways, so hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that answers your questions. But save yourself. There you go. Self-preservation, self-care. Listen. And for all, this is why I'm big on lines behavior, right? I don't believe in motivation. I believe in the behaviors that you have, right? So there's not a day that I don't work out in some way, shape, or form, right? And workout doesn't mean I go to the gym. Like, I'm walking. I'm doing some push-ups. I'm doing some type of movement because that helps with the mind. I meditate. I pray. That helps with my mind. It helps me stay clear and have clarity, right? I learn something new every single day. I create even when I don't necessarily feel inspired to create. I connect with people, right? Because you need people to continue to have the inspiration, to understand the purpose, right? So there's certain behaviors that I do every single day to make sure I don't get burnt out, to make sure that I create, to make sure that I stay in the top of the level. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, hopefully that helps in some way, shape, or form. Some way, shape, or form. But going back to Kai Cenat for a second, right? The biggest thing that I love about him is a few things. One, his intentions of production, right? His intentions, well, now I got an ad. It's cool. His intentions of production. He knows, I need to invest money to, and if this is triggering you to get McDonald's, this is not my fault. Okay? I let me get rid of the ads. Well, it's not my fault, okay? I am not sponsored by no McDonald's. And I don't want you to go to the bathroom. I do not want you to go to the bathroom. All right? It's not my fault if you go, oh, I need to get McDonald's. No, you don't. No, you don't. Anyways. So, okay, here we go. So I love how he invests in production. But I also love how he's created a platform for his friends and for other creators, right? So in here, he has Marlon Wayans. So he's intentional with collaboration, with bringing in other big names that is going to bring in the audience. And the great thing about it, they don't get announced, but they definitely do get clipped up. Okay? They definitely do get clipped up. So the collaborations, the second, his friends putting a platform, because you're not doing it just for yourself. What are you building that is bigger than you? Okay? What are you building that is bigger than you? And so so the fact that he has his friends and other creators is amazing. The fact that he's also doing something and creating multiple streams of revenue from it, right? From the subs, from the Twitch ecosystem, from TikTok, from Facebook probably. I could probably go on Facebook. He has that. From YouTube, from multiple pages of YouTube. And the brand awareness that he's doing because he knows people are going to clip him up. I could go right now. I can go on TikTok and I'll probably see a thing of Kai Cenat. Let's test it. Hold on. Let me go to TikTok real quick. All right.
Out of all the opportunities.
And by the way, I think.
Okay, yes, you can. Did you ever notice that?
What's the best way to make sure my hairline is intact?
If you really. How about we do this?
I don't know what's
that right there.
I'm a little sad. If you want to grow.
You had the.
I don't think you want.
How long you been streaming for?
Kai.
Wait, like in general?
Yeah.
Oh, since 2021.
Damn. That's cool, man.
I started in 2021.
How long you been streaming for?
You saw how I was just scrolling and I saw Kai twice already. Twice. So people are clipping him because they know this is one, people are making money off of him. So he's creating a separate ecosystem for other people. They know, hey, if I clip up Kai's stream and make my own page, TikTok, and it gets views because people are looking up this thing situation, this page right now, I'm going to make money, right? Why did I stop on the snake? Because I was just showing the example of you see Kai every couple of I wasn't intentional on the snake. I'll take the snake off. It wasn't intentional on the snake. I was just showing that I'm scrolling through TikTok and I saw Kai Cenat several times, right? But people are making money off of his clips. So I do believe that if you study Kai Cenat, you can learn multiple ways of collaboration, of brand awareness, of the creator economy. There's so many things that Kai is teaching us, and I've not once said watch his stuff because it's entertaining. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. Somebody finds it entertaining. There are right now, hold on. Lotto and Sexy Red were on there and barely talked to him. Yeah. So right now, I'll show you, of people just having fun. 204,000 people are watching. 204 people are watching. Guys hit each other with noodles and talking crap. That says something. That says, one, he knows how to build community. And he knows how to keep his audience part of it. Because when people are gifting subs, they're getting shouted out. When they reach a certain amount, right? 336,000 is what they're aiming for, right? And they're about to get it, actually. I wonder, let me see what they're saying. Hold on.
No. Now we gotta hang out a little bit more, bro. Now you. I need a Red Bull. Give me a Red Bull. Give me some of this bang energy. Eat a bang. Oh, let's do it. Purple haze. Let's get it. Now.
I wonder what they're gonna do with 336. Oh no, they up the.
Ask questions. You write it down. We don't want to smell you ever again. Write it down.
So they up the. Oh, there we go.
53 years old.
They just up the milestone. So now it says 337. I thought they were gonna do something. But after a certain amount of subs or somebody gifts them, they have to do something. They're super engaged and they talk to their fans. They talk to the people in the chat. You know, because y'all been on other people's lives and other people's content. Some people will not acknowledge. So let's and Ms. Biz, I know you've seen some. You're like, yo, they don't talk to us at all. I could go. Let's go in somebody's. Let's go here. Let's see who's on live on YouTube. So true. See? So true. If you've been on some lives and you know they're just talking, they're not acknowledging the people, they're just talking, type in me in the chat. You know what I mean? Type in me in the chat if you've been on a live or you've seen a live and you know they don't talk to the people. Right? They don't talk to the people at all. I wonder if somebody's live on Instagram. Hold on. And this is no shade. This is no shade. Let me go. Hold up. This is no shade to who I'm going to show. But you could tell they're just having conversations with themselves.
Damn, how many shows the podcast had? He's working on being a Tupac. Niggas there before that shit.
I never met nobody who went to the Mother's Day thing he did. Remember first he did Dear Mama?
Oh yeah, that's a Mandela effect shit. Maybe shit didn't happen.
So you're going to see people who are just having conversations with themselves. and they're going to shout out to the super sticker. I appreciate you. You're going to see people, not too many people go on Instagram Live too much. I went the other day just because I was like, I kind of miss Instagram Live, but it's not the same. So if I go, let's see, what's a good one that won't acknowledge? I'm like, gamers acknowledge because they understand the role. But there's some people, sports, not so much. Let me see. What's this one? Yeah, I think the younger generation gets it, but there are some people that just talk and don't acknowledge you at all. I don't think I can find one now. I don't think this counts because this is news. Yeah, that don't count. That don't count. But you know what IG Live is whack. You know what I mean? He is family oriented and brought it along in his community. I love this live production. Yeah, no, it's amazing. It was a blessing to see you on live on IG. Listen, I may pop up once in a while. I can't get with that algorithm. I can't. If I could be honest, IG Live was so good. I mean, was so good during the pandemic. It was a party. It was a conversation. It was a comedy club in the times that we needed it. The second that the pandemic finished, it said, bump live. We do not care. You know what I mean? We do not care. I've tried to support and engage with small channels, but a lot of them are too sensitive or they ignore the viewers. And that's the dumbest thing, right? Why would you ignore? If you're a small channel, why would you act holier than thou? Why would you act like, I don't need you. You know what I mean? You're watching me. Dog, I'm trying to talk to all of y'all, right? I'm trying to address all of y'all. This is why I put it on the screen, because sometimes I'm not going to see it, but I want y'all to see that I see y'all, and I want other people to see y'all. Like, I don't get why people ignore the people that are on the live. Live, I don't know how many of y'all go live or have gone live. This is stressful. To think that people are going to stop everything that they're doing, or at least try to multitask, and watch you do whatever you do, have the conversation, watch the YouTube videos with them, the reactions. That's not light. To say, yo, I got 122 people on my live at 11:48. That's not light. You know what I mean? I got Retro Nerd Girl, who's a channel member, who supports the channel and actually like put money up to say, yo, Nicky, I like you. I rock with you. I want this channel to grow. I'm going to become a channel member. Plus, I want to see I want to get the content first. I want to see some extra stuff. That I don't take that light. I don't take that the people who are new. If you're new on the live, let me know. Say, Nicky, I'm new. I don't take that light. But I was about to go crazy. There's just certain people that I don't get on why do you think that you publish or you press live and you think we're supposed to watch you? Like your presence is what we needed in life. No. The whole point of lives is community. The whole point of lives is community. The live isn't to show how dope you are. The whole point of lives is to address I'm a day one. Come on with I'm a day one. You know what I mean? Multitasking. I'm here with. This is why I love Nicky. She keeps it. I'm just being real. Anybody who goes live, for one, give you flowers. I give you flowers. But if you're just getting on, Natalie, what up? I appreciate that you knew. You know what I mean? Everybody give love. You know what I mean? Donovan been here. Miguel been here. Anybody who goes lives needs flowers because it's nerve-wracking. Anything could go wrong. There could be a whole bunch of tech issues. You're supposed to speak on the fly, right? But I'm not going to be here and be like, let me show you everything that I know, and I'm not going to talk to you, and I'm holier than thou, and I'm da-da-da-da. Like, no. For that, I would have stayed pre-recorded. For anything, stay pre-recorded. If you don't want to address people, if you don't want to make people feel seen, safe, and heard, then don't go on live. Right? Don't go on live. The whole point of lives and streaming is to get people to know who you are, to get them to really, because I can't tell you certain things in 30 seconds, in a minute, in 90 seconds. I can't tell you everything that I want in the way that I want to say it. Right? So those people that are like, I'm not, even here. So look, iShowSpeed is on. And even with everything that he does, he always goes, yo, chat, what are we doing? He always goes back, even though he has everything that's happening right now. Right? He'll always look at the chat.
Thank you for the live stream. No problem, Scrappy.
See?
Yeah, bro, it's
He has 37,000 people watching on YouTube. He has also more on stream. He's always going back and addressing the chat. That's what's making Kai Cenat big. That's what's making Speed big. That's what's making some of these other streamers big, is addressing the people, making them feel that they're part of the journey, making them feel as they're part of the show. Bump those people who are like, I'm just going to go live and I'm just going to talk to you and I'm just going to teach you and I'm just going to, like, for what? Oh, real prime example. Who saw the Drake stream? Let me see if it's still on. Who saw the Drake stream? I think I still have numbers on it. People were watching the Drake stream on Kai Cenat's live more than they were seeing it on Drake's. Hold on. Let me show you. Boom. So this is Drake's numbers when I was watching it, right? 97,000 people, which isn't light. Now this is Drake, but this isn't light, right? 97,000 people are watching it live. Kai Cenat. People were watching Kai Cenat stream, watch Drake stream, 151,000 people. Why? Let's look at, and I might get flagged. So please hit that super chat and please become a channel member, because none of these lives ever get monetized. Okay? Because I'm always sharing other people's content. But I'd rather you see it, what I'm saying, than just be mindful of YouTube AdSense. I don't care. So let's see. There we go. I'm gonna leave it mute. I'm gonna leave it mute. But let's see if it plays. Let me speed it up as well. Hold on. Because it's a bunch of his music playing. And I'll let you hear it for a second. Well, now it's just ambient noise. But let's let me do 4. You can see that this is just here, look at me vibes. This is not addressing the people who are on the live. This is just, let me show you me. And when you make it too much about me, people will not engage and people will stop watching as consistently as they would because you're not making it about them. You feel what I'm saying? So, yes, Drake is an artist. Drake is sharing something. Absolutely. But if you're going live, you could have done this pre-recorded. If you're going live, the whole point is to interact with your audience. So, shout out to Kai Cenat. Shout out to Speed. Shout out to all the streamers. Shout out to y'all who go live. Or even just if you just create content, just address the people who rock with you, right? Like I'll always address Aaron the artist. He's been with me for a minute. GNC Sports Talk. I see you, right? Chris been active in this chat. I don't think I've seen you this active, Chris. You know what I mean? Drake is an artist. I didn't know that. I mean, he's a rap artist. You know what I mean? He's a rap artist. So, anyways. Okay. Before we head out, because I'm seeing it's almost 12, I want to react to one video. People crave acknowledgement and authenticity in the internet streets. Yes. Because once again, there's so many performers, right? There's so many performers that authenticity is rare. It's just rare. And praise God that all I know is to be like this. So, but let me share one video and I want y'all take on this. Hold on. Let me get my boop. All right. So I saw this and this was interesting. So hold on.
There's one thing that I've noticed between entry-level creators and elite-level creators in a perspective shift with the way that they look at content that they're going to create. And it's a really simple question that you can be asking that will reframe how you're going to show up for your audience. So an entry-level creator that's coming in, that is just getting into content, that wants to start making things, that is really excited about it, they ask the question, what's working right now in my industry? Most of them will go and scroll and see what's there and see what's the most viral, see what's getting the most traction, and they will go and replicate some sort of version of that for themselves. And that's not a bad way to do it. I actually think that if you don't have the knowledge and you're starting out, going and looking at what's working is smart to be able to see and be able to understand for yourself, to just have that knowledge. But the difference between that and the way that an elite level creator is looking at it, the elite level creator doesn't ask what's working, they ask what's missing. The elite creators are asking, in my category, okay, I know what's there, I know what's working, what's missing? What's not there? What are people craving that I can make that is completely different, of higher value, and people will want to consume more than the other things that are currently there? So get out there and think like an elite creator and start asking yourself, in my industry, What's missing? There's one thing that I've
So this proves that there's levels to this. So hold on. Let me address something real quick because I saw what Aaron said. Are you going to do a stream during the fight? If I could stream the fight and if I could, I would. But I'm not going live and y'all watch me watch the fight. I'm not doing that. But I am going to watch the fight. Who's watching the fight? Type me if you're going to watch the fight this weekend. I'm definitely watching that fight. Shout out to Nicky. Say hey to my chat, Nicky. Hey! I hope I got that in time. 6 hours coming. Hold you to it. You got the oh no, I could. Nicky, I remember seeing you on a video last year at the conference about content creation. Which one? All right, so let's talk about this, right? So I love how he broke that down as far as there's levels to it. In the beginning, yes, this is where foundation to innovation happens. So the foundation is, what are people doing in my industry, right? What are they doing? Because I need to understand so I can figure out what works and then my voice, right? I'm not going to go onto a platform and not do my research, right? So yes, in the beginning, we're going to have to look at, okay, what's happening in my industry? What can I do? Everything in that sense. But then as we know what's happening in our industry, it's figuring out, how do I stand out? And the way that I stand out is by doing things that people are not doing. You feel what I'm saying? So when we are getting into that whole content creation level of standing out, now we have to look at what's missing. Not what's happening. Because what's happening, I'll never stand out in what's happening. I'll never stand out on that. But what I will stand out is doing something that no one else is doing. I'm going to be a one of one, right? I'm always going to be a one of one. That's my goal. My goal isn't to be top 10 of anything. My goal is to stand in my own lane in this very crowded world. The only way I'm going to do that is figuring out what's missing. So in the chat, put one of one, please, and thank you. Because that's the goal. That's the goal. Hold on. What fight? Yeah. Canelo versus Crawford, which we could talk about that for a second. If you want me to talk about that, put the number 3. Because the documentary, I don't know how many of y'all saw the documentary. I think the storytelling is off, but I'll only talk about it if you want me to talk about it. You already know. Yeah, who y'all going for? Canva conference. Oh, okay. Cool. That's fire. 3. Yes. I need Crawford to get it. Man. Okay. Hold on. I'll talk about it for 3 seconds. Let me see. Canelo is not beating Crawford. I'm so torn by this. I'm so torn. You know what I mean? I'm so torn. All right, where is it? I think it's not going to show up because I already saw it. So hold on. Canelo. There we go. Oh, no, I don't want. Okay. So, here we go. Netflix. So if you go to Netflix, and they're going to have this huge fight. Canelo versus Crawford. Now, if you don't know anything about boxing, real quick, Canelo is pretty much now the face of boxing. But Crawford has been making a lot of noise. And he actually went 2 weight classes up. And so this is a big deal. This is the best versus the best. Now, every big boxing match does kind of this like docu-series. Mayweather made it very famous. And normally you have a hero and you have a villain. Now, for so long, Canelo has been the hero. We think about WWE status, right? Where there always has to be a hero and a villain, a heel and a babyface. So Canelo has been the babyface, the heel, the hero for so long after Mayweather retired. But what I don't like about this, what's happening, and this is going a little bit into my boxing love of things, they're acting like he never lost. They're only bringing up Mayweather as a loss. I was at the fight, like the live fight, when Canelo lost to, what's that guy that starts with a B? Hold on. I'm going to get it. Canelo versus, it's like Bivol or something like that. Bivol. Hold on. I'm going to get it for you. Here we go. Come on. So, this guy. Oh, I was there in this fight. Me and my best friend Nick, we were in Vegas. We saw this fight. He lost. Right? And they never talked about it again. So now, when it comes to the narrative of this Canelo, and I wonder if they have, let's see, Canelo versus Crawford docuseries, a documentary. This looks like something different. So let's watch this together. All right. So follow me with this. Like anything, you need a good story to get people interested. Right? So your favorite sport is boxing. It is. My favorite sport is boxing. You need a good story to watch anything. This is a pay-per-view. So the story that you build is going to make people buy tickets, buy pay-per-view, buy merch. It's very important how they market boxing. Market anything, to be honest with you. This is why you'll see when it comes to some face-offs, why somebody would push something. Because it's all storyline. There's some, majority of the time, there's no real bad blood. It's just story. It's just building up the hype. Mayweather was the king of boxing marketing. So now, when it comes to Canelo, he is now acting like Mayweather. So if you look at the docuseries, he's buying $1 million watches, $700,000 watches, and he's deemed as the rich boxer that is now has everything to lose. He's facing Crawford and he has everything to lose. Who cares? That's not a storyline. That doesn't make it. They needed to make a better storyline for Canelo. Crawford has an amazing storyline. Coming from the mud, has Nebraska on his back, has doubt because people say he hasn't really fought anybody, but no one wants to fight him. He has an amazing story. He has an underdog story where Canelo, there's not a story you can make out of it anymore. And so learning from that of if you can't make a story from it, that's bad business. It almost seems for Canelo, there's not much to market. So I'm rooting for Crawford because I believe he has a better storyline. I believe that he could be the true future of boxing, like the face of boxing. I do believe Canelo is reaching his end. I love Canelo. I'm a big Canelo fan. But there's not much left for Canelo to do besides to go face Jake Paul. Now, that Tank versus Jake Paul situation, that's a whole nother story. Oh man, hold on. There was a video. I'll say this. Let me see if I can find it. I give it up to Jake Paul for knowing how to market. God, that man can market. He plays the whole, like, you want to see him lose. That's a fact. Right? That's a real story because Canelo's old news. Oh, it's facts. It's facts. Jake Paul, and I know they're going to start doing promos soon. I think that's... Jake Paul and Tank is stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. It's stupid. It's a money grab, and we all know it's a money grab. To get I believe Jake Paul is a heavyweight. To get somebody as small as Tank, I cannot take Jake Paul serious as a fighter. I could take him great for a promoter, a marketer. He knows exactly what gets attention, what gets views, what gets clicks. I can do that I give him respect on that. He knows how to make money. My man knows how to make money. Is he good for the sport? No. Because when he fought a boxer, he lost. That's a fact. So, here we go. I'm
going to show you how great I am. You really thought it couldn't get any bigger? Which one of these chumps do you want to save next? Let's see.
I don't give a bollocks, mate. Fuck you right now, mate.
Only thing you should be fighting is your addiction.
Me training.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody help that guy.
Listen, all me and Moms want is for you to cut half your body weight, and we got ourselves a...
Good boy.
This is my call out. J. Paul, what's up? What up, J. Paul?
Oh, Gervonta. That's right. Gervonta Tank Davis versus me, baby. But before we talk about that, I need you to answer one thing. What's the world's biggest critique of Jake Joseph Paul?
Everybody keeps calling for Jake Paul to fight a real boxer.
Real boxer.
Real boxer.
The time has come to get in the ring with boxers.
Exactly. Fight a real boxer. Well, how about the man himself, an undefeated world champion, knockout artist, Gervonta Tank Davis. The undefeated...
Why would you get Tank Davis? Why? That man is small compared. Jake Paul comparison to Tank. Comparison to Tank.
Oh. 199.4.
6'1", 5'5". 6'1", 5'5". 199 pounds. 133 pounds. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Because this is not going to be like, yo, you fought a real fighter. You didn't fight somebody in your weight class. You're ducking people in your weight class. When you fought somebody in your weight class, you lost. And it wasn't even a prime fighter. But he was a real boxer and you lost. So now you have to go to like, it's weird. Now, granted, I do believe Tank is going to win. Hands down, I do believe Tank is going to win. But if he loses, Jake does not gain nothing but money, and that's all he cares about. It's all he cares about. Right? Why won't he fight Anthony Joshua? Because Anthony is not going to fight him. He's not going to fight somebody he really thinks he's going to lose to. You got to understand that. The man is a promoter. He needs... The Paul brothers have been in this game for too long. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Hands down, they know what they're doing. I'm not mad at him because one thing he does very well is put on female boxers as well. Right? So I give him that. So wait, it's a heavyweight versus a featherweight? Yes. 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 Jake has been doing this game for 11 years on YouTube. And I think he's probably younger because he did Vine and all that, right? But what you cannot say is that Jake doesn't know how to promote. My man fought Tyson knowing damn well that he shouldn't have fought Tyson. But it was a payday. It's to say, yo, I fought Tyson and I beat Tyson. You fought him at, what was he, 68? How old was Tyson when he fought Jake Paul? 58, my bad, 58. Still, Tyson has no, and don't get me started with the Tyson and Mayweather joint. I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm looking at this because they're making millions, dog. I think they're making like Tank and Jake are probably going to make over 100 plus million. Over 100 plus million. More probably than that. I'm doing something wrong. I'm absolutely doing something wrong. We got to figure this out together. We got to figure out what is this $1 million thing, because Tyson versus Jake Paul was staged. It probably was. Probably was. However, what is Tyson doing with Mayweather? Why? Nicky, fight Layla Ali for a few. I'm not fighting that lady. Shout out to her. I respect her. We actually talked. We're great. We're good peoples. I'm not fighting that lady. What I'm not going to do is mess up this face for no M's. Absolutely not. I'm okay. I gotta record. This is what I do. Hear me? I'm not doing that. Not for no M's. I'm good. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Look, hold on. I think the Mayweather. Hold on. Look at this. I'm just scrolling right now. Mike Tyson. Is Mayweather going to be on that too? No, it doesn't say that. It says, just announced return of Mike. Hard Rock. My man is doing... This is what I do want to do, and I'm going to say this publicly. I'm going to say this very publicly. What I don't want to do is this every single time just to make money. We all know Tyson had some money issues and that he fought when he wasn't supposed to, right? Just for the sake of money. And then, of course, people miss that lights, the fame, the big check. What I want to do is be very smart with how we monetize, make the money, get equity in something, and then help push out the next creators. I'm not here to be the face for years. I'm here to help who I can while I am still relevant, then build up the next people. That is dumb. Oh my God. Oh, I hope so. Anyways, let me get off here. Let me get off here before I get into the scrolling and we look at some real... Yeah, don't let me get into the him 500 either. That pettiness. People are just petty. Can we talk about the pettiness of people? People are just petty. Shout out to the pettiness. Anyways, do me a favor. If you're here still, if I've added any kind of value, please do the super chat, super thanks, become a channel member. Channel members get badge. We got to make more GIFs, right? We got to make more GIFs. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put a post and we'll talk about what more GIFs that we got to do. If you want to be part of Lion's behavior, we're opening it up. We're starting to open it up. You guys know first. That is in the description of this live. If you do the yearly, I'll send you the Lion OG hat. We only have a few more. So that's there. I have a very important call tomorrow that I want to tell you guys about, but I can't tell you just yet. But let me tell you, this content is working. And we are being seen by the right people. I just want to say that. We are being seen by the right people. So Lion's behavior is about to blow up. This channel is going to continue to grow because of you guys. And this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I'm excited about tomorrow. So everybody put some prayer hands in the chat because I'm going to need it because it's big. It's a big situation. It's a big situation. You know what I mean? One of the webcam companies? No, it's one of the companies that we've talked about very often here. That's all I got to say. Very often. I'm just surprised that they're like, yo, we're big fans of you. I'm like, what? It's working, people. It's working. So, yeah. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to GC Sports Talk. Shout out to Aaron the Artist. Shout out to Ambicurious. Shout out to Retro Nerd Girl, Nicole. I see you. These are all the channel members. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I appreciate everybody who's been on the live. LJ, I see you. Shaz Vacays, I see you. Chris, I appreciate you. The what's it? Tats? T-A. If I said it wrong, my apologies. I'm bad with names. So the T's. I think it's Tats. Tates. Thank you, Tates. Blame that I've only had a few hours of sleep. My bad. Appreciate y'all. Miguel, appreciate y'all. Man. Blue and green travel, I see you. Jovan, of course, I appreciate you. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I'm going to say. Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? What am I going to say? I don't know.